Okay, today's lesson is going to be on rounding and estimating decimals. So let's take a peek at numbers 1 through 6. These are scenarios, and I would like for you to tell me if you would use rounding or an estimation or the exact number. So on your paper, number 1 through 6. Then next to each number, tell me, would you use rounding or estimation for the scenario they provide? So before rounding, we need to understand place values. Place value is important because oftentimes they will tell you what place to round to. So look at this diagram. Most of us know the tenths place, and we know the hundredths place, the thousandths, and the 10,000ths. We also know that on the left-hand side of the decimal, we have the ones, tens, hundreds, and so on. Pause the movie and copy this number and the place values into your notes. Now we're going to learn how to round numbers to a particular place value. Here are the steps. First, you're going to underline the place value you're rounding to. So if I were to round to the tenths place, I would underline whatever number's in the tenths place. Next, I'm going to circle the number to the right of the underlined number. Now we're going to see if the circled number is 5 or greater. If the circled number is 5 or greater, then that underlined number goes up 1, and we drop all the numbers to the right of that number, including the one that we circled. Now if the circled number is less than 5, we keep the underlined number the same, and again, drop all numbers to the right of that number. So we're basically shrinking that number down to that underlined place value and eliminating all the other numbers to the right. Pause the movie now and copy these steps into your notes. So let's try one. Number 1 says to round to the nearest hundredth. Well, I know that the 2 is in the tenths, so this 3 right here is my hundredths place. So if I were to refer to my notes, it says to underline the place we're rounding to and to circle the number to the right. So in this case, I'm going to look to the number to the right. The number to the right of that underlined number is 3. Is that 5 or greater? No, it's not. So I know that the underlined 3 will stay the same and everything to the right will go away. So this rounded would be 3.23. Pause the movie and try problems 2 and 3 on your own. Get them checked by your teacher before moving on to the next set of problems. Let's try these. Round to the nearest tenth. Okay, here's the tenths place. Circle the number to the right. Now, that is actually 5 or greater. So I know that this 3 is going to become a 4, and that everything to the right is going to go away. So this would become 90.4. Pause the movie and try questions 2 and 3 on your own. Then get them checked by your teacher. The last one is round to the nearest integer. So the definition of an integer is a number that can be written either positive or negative as a whole number or as not as a fraction. So what I like to do when rounding to the nearest integer is I like to think of money, and I'm going to round to the nearest dollar amount. So when I look at this, I look at my $5 and then I look at my 23 cents. At this point, I can just kind of ignore whatever's farther to the right of my hundredths place or of my cents. I ask myself, is $5.23 closer to $5 or is it closer to 6? Again, you can use that 5 or greater rule. If it's 50 cents or higher, it goes up to the dollar amount, and if not, it just stays the same. Since 23 cents is below 50 cents, I know it's just going to stay the same. So this answer would be 5. Try the next two on your own and get them checked by your teacher, and then you will be finished with this video lesson.